saying, Father, if it is your will, take this cup away from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. Luke 22:42. Let's pray. God, thank you for tonight. Thank you for allowing us to come together and speak. And we hope that we just honor you with everything we say, God. Just let us speak only what you will us to. Thank you for your house. Thank you for dying for us. We love you, Jesus. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
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 Welcome back to the Press Down Podcast. Our guest this evening is a father, a husband, a Christian, and the worship pastor at our church, Mr. Ricky Hilton.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Wow,
Woo-hoo.
man.
It's good to be here, man. I feel good about this setup.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long one in the making. We've been looking forward to
Yeah.
getting you on
We
here.
tried to set it up a few times. I was gone. You guys had something come up. And finally we're doing it, and we're mobile.
We're mobile.
We're
Yeah.
inside the house.
We're live.
We're
baby.
in the house.
We're
Come
live.
on.
That's
Yeah.
right, man. So
Yeah.
we can't, I'm going to clean it up. Like my
Yeah.
dad's looking
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep
Yeah.
looking back the
Dad?
whole time.
Oh. Now, you grew up in a church, so you got to be used to it, right?
Yeah, no, I actually lived in churches most
Yeah.
of my life. Yeah, or a car, or an RV.
And that's mostly due to Richard
Dad.
evangelizing,
Yeah.
right?
Evangelizing.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. And there are stories out there that are amazing, but one of my favorites was the way Dad would handle people that would claim to be possessed by a devil.
Yeah.
It was the best. So most of the time, like what happens was some of it, like as a kid, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But my dad, he's such a rational minded, calm person. Like
Yeah.
he really is in his heart, general. Like he just stays still. Everybody else is flipping out, slapping Bibles on her head. He asked the ushers and the pastor of the church to bring her out back to the church in an office. He sets her down. And another pastor, and I don't know if it was a friend of ours, but he was another guy there. He was an older man. And he hauls off and smacks this woman. he goes, Bonnie, you're embarrassing your family. You're embarrassing your pastor. And I swear, she sat up in the chair, starts crying, and before this, phone, like the whole thing. And she said, I'm so sorry. I just wanted some attention.
Oh my God.
And growing up in church has given me like a really good perspective of hypocrisy,
Yeah.
right? Kind of turned me one way, but there was always guys like Dad, Rob, Mark Holcomb,
Yeah.
just would not budge.
That's great.
And they would say stuff like, the only reason there's counterfeits is because there's real dudes out there, and I
Wow,
love
that's
that,
good.
man. And that's what traveling up and growing up on the road with Dad taught me. And my love of music was just wild, from the
Yeah.
Kojic churches to Louisiana, all the way through Mississippi to the hymns of the Baptist church in South Carolina. Like it was just, I loved it. It was an education I probably couldn't have gotten anywhere else.
Right.
And then by the time we landed in Elizabethton, it was just like full on change of lifestyle. We're settled, and I remember thinking, dude, I don't think I could do what my dad does, because I would quit.
Yeah.
I would quit in a heartbeat. Like, especially smaller churches we say smaller churches have less problems as big. No. Big churches have the same problems
Yeah.
that small churches do. They're just magnified.
Mm-hmm.
But there's oftentimes at a bigger church, a team that helps handle those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
growing up, all I saw was Dad working at taking up the offering and counting the offering with the guys in the building.
Just
and
constant.
making sure the deposit gets made so the lights can stay on, not taking paycheck. And I thought to myself, no, I'm not doing it. And it will always, he was the contrary. He just would not burn out. And I know that he had.
Mhm.
I know that he had moments. And we would go on vacations, and guess what he would do on vacation? To pay for the vacation.
Preach.
Yeah.
Man.
The whole life was like that. That man was built from, we talk about burnout.
Mhm.
Those dudes were built different. Like,
Yeah.
there is a calling. You think you want to start a church, but there is a definite calling on those people, because they have to endure these crazy life that it's hard and it is nonstop. And burnouts are not your thing, right? And that's their calling. And we see that in other people and we think, I'm never going to do that. Well, I don't need to start a church.
Yeah.
Probably be dangerous for one thing. I mean, I can't even do numbers. Like, I don't know, the accountant could rob me blind and I'd be like, we were doing great.
Everything seemed fine for a while.
I never really wanted that. It was told to me a lot because I was charismatic and outgoing and good at talking to people, but it was never what I wanted.
Yeah.
And you do feel that from my dad, this power of a man, right? God, man of God. And Robbie caught it first. It's like my brother was a super athlete. Like, I mean, he talks bad about himself like he wasn't. But he was an amazing athlete. Who dunks at 5'10" and you're white? As we all know, our families, we are almost transparent white, man. And he was just this kid. He could throw a ball really good. And I was just good at violence. Like, I was mediocre at sports. And I remember when I found singing, I had found something I loved. I liked to entertain as well. I liked comedy. I liked being funny. And I remember watching my dad and thinking in my head, I could never do ministry because I can't do what he does, but I don't have his gift. And I realized it with Rob. And I would work. I mean, I loved my brother. I'd go to games and hold up posters and yell at reps.
Yeah.
And I would start chants, Robbie, to get him in the game. Like, and I loved that he was good at that. And I learned to accept it. And I learned that I was really good at other things that were just different. And that's how I see pastors. But as volunteers at a church, that is not your call, man. People drive themselves in the ground. They keep saying yes on Planning Center because there's memes out there that make fun of those that don't confirm. Or you have to take time. If you feel like you're in a place where your family does not come first, and the leader does not consider your family the first thing, or if you're single, that you matter more than anything you'll ever do on this stage. That's how my team feels. I hope I said.
No, I was going to say I can attest to that because he stood in front of us on Sunday mornings and in private conversation so many times and been like, rest comes first. Because I love what you say, that I don't care how talented you are, I care about where your heart is.
Yeah. And
when you get in a position of burnout and seeing those things, because how many years have you been doing the worship gig?
Unofficially, probably since I was like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you see that, the joke about the planning center, but that's what it is. And people feel like they can't miss or what's going to happen if I do miss. And I got to show up for this team, but you care more about people staying whole outside of this because it's in the abundance that you can bless others. It's in the overflowing of your cup that you're able to water those around you.
That's right.
Trying to pour what you can barely fill yourself up with. And so as a leader, you've done that. I've been doing this, been a part of the worship team now it'll be 4 years.
Dude.
It was 4 years in April. And so I don't know anything else.
That's good.
From Ricky is.
You're going to make me cry, bro.
Yeah. Well,
I love you, man.
You're a great leader, man. I love you, bro.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And you missed the handsome part of my intro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so vain. So, I mean, yeah. And that's the thing, dude, is you see, the Bible is so good to us, and it tries to be like, hey, don't compare yourselves. We're all members of the same body. We just have different things we got to do.
Right.
But people see the stage and they think that's it.
Yeah.
And I do more damage to the devil in an AA meeting than I'll ever really do here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do more damage in sponsoring a dude that's running hard, right? And has his life is nowhere near together.
Yeah.
That's my call. Worship's just something they pay. I still can't believe people pay me to do this. You guys tithe so I can sing and play and have fun and like
You're getting paid?
Yeah, they pay me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's wild.
Believe
I
it or
told you
not.
it was wild. And I am so blessed. So for me, I realized too that is nothing compared to what we do every day for God.
Yeah.
Outside the four walls, what we do is we party, man.
Mhm.
And we invite the lost and we preach the gospel. It's not a hard game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But we can make it weird. And then we are fueled up and ready to go and to pour out. And I've seen, and I'm going to say this, and this is controversial, but I've seen almost like a reversal. I've seen people that don't pour out burn out faster than those that do. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
And I'll say this too. There's a friend that called me like last night. No kids watch this, right? So last night.
None that we know of.
None that we know of.
So last night, I'm just being funny. Last night, my best friend, one of my great buddies, and one of my guys in the program, I am trying to kiss my wife so gently, right? And I'm working my mojo. I'm like, man, in the light, you look so pretty, Like I do. I'm nuts about that chick. She has put up with this. So, and I get a text. Now I have a choice. And what's funny is the same day I had called a friend because I needed to talk.
Mm.
And now I have a choice. I can ignore it because it's like 11:30. And he says, can I call you in 20? Right? I'm like, oh. And so I'm like, and here's the thing. I know I should probably go to bed. I have every reason to say no, but I said yes. And what was funny was the call was rejoiceful. It was this big, amazing thing.
That's awesome.
It was kind of a repentance of what he had been going through and being real open and honest with me. But what had happened was a win.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't go to bed till 1. But the next morning, this is a true story. I'm at the office. I wake up, I walk in here, and though I should be burnt out and tired, I looked out my window and I thought, or actually I was in Rob's office. I looked out his window and I was like, man, this day couldn't get any prettier. This is just good. I feel so great. I feel full of joy because because I poured out.
Yeah.
And you'll feel that. And that if you ever wondered, am I in the middle of the will of God? If you're doing the work and you're putting your hands into someone's life and it's nasty and they're bleeding out and you're like, just hang on,
Yeah.
And truly just walking them back to a relationship with God. That's really your job.
Yeah.
You're not a magician. You're not a savior. You're just one broken man walking another. That's it.
What I love about you saying we just walk them back to God.
Yeah.
I love how Jesus says, come with me, I'll make you fishers of men. If you think of fishing, they're casting nets out. That's about all they can do. They can get the best bait. They can do all these things. But nothing's going to cause that fish to bite unless it's ready, right? Unless just the perfect circumstances. You really don't know where the fish are. Yeah. Maybe you'll see some, but you can't see all of them unless it's super clear water, right? And so it takes the pressure off of us as disciples, as followers.
That's right.
All we can do is go where God tells us to go, cast on the other side of the boat whenever he tells us to, and then let him finish the work.
That's right.
He takes the pressure off us. Even in our calling, there's some things we have to do, but it's just, he knows that ultimately he's the one guiding it.
Oh, of course.
It's so good.
Yeah, dude.
And what a relief, too, to know that I don't have to put all these works in, yes, I need the servant's heart and I need to do that, but I'm talking about in salvation, leading another to salvation. Yeah. It's not, man, it reminds me of the conversation we just had off pod. It's like a light bulb of like, God's going to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to work it out.
Yeah.
I can just steward what I have to the best of my ability.
That's right.
And he's got the rest. He knows how it's going to end out. Why don't I just sit back and enjoy the ride?
Yeah.
Just smile.
Just be where your feet are.
Man. Be where your feet are.
Amen. Yeah, man. Put your head where your feet are.
Your feet. And to tell on you a little bit more, this is cool to see because I was going to say when we were talking about the worship thing is the sentence I've heard him say probably more than anything else on a Sunday is, now go out here and love somebody.
Yeah.
We aim for perfection in what we do because we take it serious and we hold it in high reverence to be able to lead people into an atmosphere of worship. Mm-hmm. But Ricky is always just like, go out here and love somebody because that matters 100 times more than what you're going to do in this 20 minutes on stage. And to know that that's how your busy Sundays in front of everybody and your very private Monday nights by yourself, they look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I picked that up from, me and Rob both picked that up from Dad.
Yeah.
Who you are in private, just go ahead and be in public.
Yeah.
One, you'll find true people around you, right? And that's funny too, because then so if that's true and then I'm confident in who I am. And I'm confident in whose I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing he couldn't ask you to do, because you kind of finished the whole thought of everything that is, okay, it's wild. Even where we're at, the mic's not working, me figure this out, the button, I'm here for that. Like, it's weird, man. Everything that happens, the good and the bad, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And the moment I put my hands around it to try to manipulate it and create a situation to my advantage and move people around like chess pieces, man, what am I? Then I think I know more than God, and I know better than God.
Yeah.
Or my favorite ones is the people that do it the best don't believe in him at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the danger of not believing in God.
Yeah.
So I seriously, people, if I die, I hope when I die, I hope that people, they're like, good singer or whatever, but I was an amazing husband.
Yeah.
And if you were my friend, you were one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just a good dad, a good friend to his kids, and raised them right and kept them around him and loved people. And I don't know how to die any better than that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
What's the things that matter, right?
I think so.
Well, and that's a characteristic of Jesus too, because
Yeah.
I'm on a big personal campaign right now of being interruptible.
Yeah.
And the worst story I can tell on myself right now is if I come in on a Sunday and it's somebody stops to talk, and either one, my eyes are darting, or I'm looking at my watch because I have to be on stage at a certain time, or even if it's a Sunday I'm not playing, and it's like, I need to get in here and get a seat, or I'm not going to have anywhere to sit. And there's been so many times that I've thought, no, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be in this moment. I'm going to try and be interruptible. I'm going to try and keep my head where my feet are.
Mm-hmm.
And then I end up seated beside somebody I haven't got to talk to in a month, where it's just, he always works it out that you're never late. You just need to be where you are. And he's teaching me right now, just love who's in front of you, and everything else will work out. But it's the times that I rush and I'm like, hey, man, good to see you.
Yeah,
I gotta go grab a seat.
I've done it.
And then it's just like, why'd I do that?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. And so it's being intentional. And that's what, there's plenty of times I've called you or even came and we've chatted in the office about life stuff. And that's another thing I love about you, is a piece of advice you told me a couple of years ago I haven't forgotten. You said, whenever I'm going through it, or whenever you're going through it, get busy helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because that helps you, that helps someone else. And I think that's because it's tied to the fruits of the Spirit. It's walking the way Jesus walked, because you're loving what's in front of you.
Yeah.
You're loving who's in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's biblical. And what's funny is I dare people to try it. I dare you to be tired, don't want to, have every excuse in the world, and stop and help.
Yeah.
And then walk away and not feel like, wow, that's weird. Okay. I'm a pretty good person. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Because you can literally feel God like, oh, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Like, you can feel, you're like, well, I did pretty good. Like, you feel God in you because you know that you did pretty good, because he's doing the good. He's the reason the good's happening.
Yeah.
That's what you said, taking a phone call.
Yeah.
Not going to bed till 1 a.m, but not like thinking that the God of the universe could restore you in 3 hours of sleep.
Come on, man.
That he is ordained versus 8 hours of sleep doing things your own way.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys for having me, because thanks, man. I'm going to just go. That's perfect.
All right.
That was good. I liked it.
Oh, that's great.
No, and that's the thing too. So what you do is when I want to create like, on the worship team, almost a confusion of who's the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want people to guess. And I want people to shine so bright for God, and I want them to use their gift. And that's exciting. But the thing that I'm most pumped about is because I hear the stories that I'll get emails and Facebook messages because someone will do something nice from the team. They don't know who they are, but they know I'm on Facebook, and they'll message me, "Hey, the boy with the mustache."
Yeah.
Like,
that could be anybody.
That redneck cowboy up there playing bass.
Yeah, the guy.
I think he cut his hair because I got the long-haired hippie boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, the older one
Yeah.
or the younger one? And they were like, the younger one.
Yeah.
He every time he's on stage, he brings a kindness and a love and a joy, and the guys gel. And I'll say it. If you mess with my culture, I will kick you off that team so fast. That's when I get,
Right.
hoorah.
Yeah.
Because Robbie has made me responsible, and he has that call from God, and I have submitted to be the worship pastor, and those are my people.
Right.
And you don't touch my people.
And as a
I'm
leader,
very
you
much
have
like
that.
America with boats.
That's great leadership, man.
Yeah.
Don't touch my boats.
Yeah.
You're really right. And I told him too, benefit of the doubt goes to them because I know them.
Mhm.
My support is with even in that. Oh, they were wrong. Okay, we were wrong.
Yeah.
We're wrong. All
Yeah.
right, we'll fix it. Now get out of his face. You know what I'm saying?
I had a great boss one time that I was having trouble. I just became his assistant manager, and I was having trouble in the heat of moments
Yeah.
making the decision because I didn't want to make the wrong decision.
Yeah.
It was a little pizza gig at a place, but I loved that job. It was fun. But he told me one time, he said, listen, just make a decision. If you're wrong, I'll tell you, and we'll take care of it later. But just make a decision. And so it was interesting to see. That was one of my first views of leadership of someone being like, I'll back you, but I'll also correct you. Like, it's going to be okay. It'll work out in the end. Yeah. And I know it's very secular of an example.
No,
but
it's a good one.
I think leadership, you have to take care of that people. It's part of your duties. You have to steward it properly. And so
you got to support your team first.
Right.
You do. And Caleb knows I never, ever, I learned this the hard way. This is before he came on. I went to correct the dude, the sound guy, one time. It was a friend of ours, and he's passed away, and I love him. It's Robert Pick. And I'm like, I gave him the business, man, and I was angry. I don't know. It was early in my sobriety, so I don't know if I don't know. And I heard it come out, and I'm already working my program of recovery.
Yeah.
So I'm like working my pedals, and I'm like down on my knee, and I'm like, dang it. I was like, oh man. And because he said it back, and he goes, I'm sorry, I was turning something on. I was like and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. So I stood up, and I made a decision there that this will never happen again, because if I hurt you, my apology will now be public. I said, dude, I jump up. I said, hey, can you turn on my mic, Pickle? And he goes, yeah, bud. Turned it on. And I was like, Pickle, I am so sorry. I was such a bum to you right now. I just lit you up, dude, and you're the best. And everybody laughed, and we got over it. But that's how I have to apologize.
That's good,
right?
though.
It has to be visible.
Yeah.
And then, but behind doors, that's when we handle like hey, you can't say this over the mic, or you can't do this. you get angry, and what happens is it works out. I've found too that especially with guys, you do not do that in public.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That is a church hurt. Like, you should never put someone in that position to have to react to you that way.
Right.
And and you know what? And in my opinion, throw all that. You don't talk back to your leaders. Bull, dude. That's another man talking to a grown man, telling him how to live on this stage or be on this stage. I get that. You want to make it effective, then open up a conversation, because 100% of the time, it has nothing to do with what. It's not me. Right. It's not my team. It's not the guy who was yelling at. It's not the person he's frustrated at. There's a churning, man. And thank God, I think slowly the guys on the team are like realizing, oh, Ricky don't talk. I can tell him a lot, and he ain't going to say nothing. And he's going to keep me up here and make me work while I'm accountable.
Yep.
I'll do it, dude. Ask Nathan Traylor. I'll drag your butt. halfway sober to church if I have to, man. You're coming with,
That's right.
I'm not letting you go. And that came out of the heart from my past. And everything that I've learned about, I don't even consider it being a leader. It's leadership is what we call it, but servant actions is really what they are. So in reality, you serve your church.
That's right.
To the maximum. It's like a doctor on call, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to serve at the church. That's your level of serving. As I work with children, you need to take a vacation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have been given the gift and the job of being in the temple.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the time. Like, you know, if I'm gone too long, it'd be, where's Ricky? Where's the worship leader? We want him here. We've made it possible for him to be here.
Yeah.
So that's a different level, right? So burnout happens because of that, because you think you got to operate at that level when you realize that these four walls are fun for a little bit, but the main mission is out there. That hits, then the whole game changes. Then you realize that this is really where we collect those lost people who've maybe hadn't been to church in a while, or maybe you're coming back, they just want to be fed and be around good people.
Mm-hmm.
But the work is out there.
Yeah, amen.
So you just keep pushing yourself towards that kind of work. Put this kind of on the back burner, because I can be on vacation and have been and shared the gospel.
Yeah.
Praise God.
That job shouldn't really quit, you know?
Yeah.
Now, them crazy kids you watch on Sundays, you need to take a break. That's hard. I'm going to pay for Carrie.
Oh, man.
Vacation. She's amazing.
Yeah, her and Eric.
They're amazing. Anyone that works at the youth, I rep those kids.
Yep.
And I love Jeremiah and Chloe.
They're brilliant.
They're awesome.
They're raising kids right, man. There's nothing like watching the next generation get raised up the right way by good people.
You know?
Well, and that's what us being in youth together is what kind of started this. We didn't know Dalton before he became a youth leader.
Oh, man. So it's kind of funny. Like,
really?
Yeah.
So we came to church here in January of 2022. I was battling depression. I never really called it depression at the time, but man, it was pretty darn close. So come here in 2022, and I'm very much, let's wait till the last shoe hits the ground or whatever. So I tell my wife, we will attend the church for a year before we join, right? The first Sunday, it was the first Sunday of 2022. I think we could have joined that following week and been so happy. But still, I decided and had prayed on it, and like, we'll see a whole year through. And so a year passes, we did the membership class, and I don't know if I'm oblivious to announcements or what, but I didn't even know we had a youth. And, you know, I love cooking and culinary and all things. So whenever was conversation about serving, I thought, oh, I'll definitely do like all the cooking stuff. That's for sure what I'm going to do. And God kind of pressed on me, and it's like, you should do youth. I'm like, I don't want to, God. And it's like, you should really do youth. I'm like, fine, God. And joined, and man, what a blessing. Met these gentlemen, met Jeremiah, Chloe, all of them, right? Nate, and just absolute blessings in my life, and have been there during the hard and been there during the easy, the good, the bad, the ugly, the whole 9 yards. And man, I'll never forget, whenever I joined for the first CYC for youth in 23, or my first. And I was like, man, if I can do that, I think I can do every Wednesday or 3 Wednesdays a month. And so I stuck with it. And I was so concerned I wasn't going to remember anyone's name, because I was having like memory issues at the time.
Yeah.
Going to the doctor, I'm all good, but it was a weird season. And so I was just so determined to remember everybody's name. And what's a funny story about that is I made the joke to Caleb. I said, man, I'm Dalton, but you can call me anything. I'll respond to anything. And he goes, all right, Dallas.
Yeah, I'll call you Dallas.
And so for 4 months, I was Dallas instead
to everybody,
of Dalton.
who's the new guy, Dallas?
Yeah, I would hear in the hallway, hey, Dallas.
Yeah. He answered to it.
I did.
You can't give me that power.
Wait, no, what is it? We call someone on the team a different name all the time. Oh, no, I do that to Tatum.
It's not we, it's you.
It is. But I do it on purpose.
Yeah.
I love messing with Tanner, I'm sorry, Tyler. I'm sorry, Tyler. He's such a good dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what about so you serving youth,
Serving youth. Well,
yeah,
we just stopped.
Yeah, we just stepped away. I stepped away whenever Ivy was born. That's my third child. She's about to be 9 months. And so my plan was to take about a month or two hiatus.
Yeah.
And, I felt pressed to pursue this more and devote my time here and obviously at the house with the 3 kids. And I just knew myself well enough and obviously prayed about it and talked to God about it. But I knew that if I'm doing youth on Wednesday and 3 kids at home, I'm probably not going to make time for an additional day. And, I think I'm called to serve God, serve my wife, steward my kids.
Word.
I think it's that order.
Yep.
And it's something I couldn't not do.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But man, I miss it every Wednesday.
No, I think it's just, I think it's wisdom to 9 months. Yeah, no, you're good, man. I'm sure Jeremiah's the one we paid to be here.
He knows too.
He's like, I love
he's
you,
got
bro.
kids.
Yes. He's like, I wish I could stay home.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. And what's funny is you got to be called to do it.
Yeah.
And it when I say it's not what you think it is 100% not what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times it's much, much harder, but you've now given up, hopefully, the idea of becoming this famous thing or this big time thing.
Mm-hmm.
And your job is not just youth. Now it's anyone, everyone.
Yeah.
Who anything around this building,
Yeah.
outside the building, inside the city, wherever you're at, you're drawing people to the house of God here. And it's just consumed your life. And then the most of all, serving those.
Right.
This is a storehouse. It should be a place where you feel like you can take a rest and raise that 9-month-old and maybe get some sleep one night. And it should be a place where if you're financially struggling, you're a member here.
Right.
We will help you.
Yeah.
If you're having trouble and you need therapy, we have made deals with actual therapists.
Yeah.
Look, I love pastors growing up in the 90s, but y'all were not counselors. I don't care how many tests you took. Biblical counseling is great, but sometimes you need someone who knows how to do an analysis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And check you for some things. And I love that Robbie is such a big supporter of therapy.
Yeah.
Real therapy that can really save your life, save your family, save your kid.
Right.
And we pay for it. We'll pay for so many visits to help
That's
your
amazing.
family and stuff like that.
That is awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And that's the stuff that's what we're here for. That's our full-time job, is the people and protecting the culture of the people.
Yeah.
And so, you're in the right house, bro.
Amen.
Take as much time as you want.
Yeah.
You're a dad first.
Yeah.
And that has to be the number one thing. But I thought I saw you doing security one time.
No, I just maybe I'll help out a little bit.
He just looks tough.
Don't touch my boat vibes.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I just
Don't touch my
have
pastor
that cop vibe. You know,
You give cop vibes.
You do.
hard,
I
man.
hear that a lot. I
You
know.
do.
It's the
I
staff.
feel like you're gonna have Can I check you for weapons, sir? There ain't nothing gonna stick
Yeah.
me if I reach my hand in your pocket.
Yeah,
You don't
fair.
know that.
Yeah,
You haven't gotten in
Read me
trouble.
my Miranda rights.
Yeah, that's
Can't
right.
say it.
So
Wow.
I think that for most guys, burnout is a very real thing.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
burnout can happen in anything. But I've seen guys burn out in being married. I've seen guys burn out raising their kids, and the number one killer is not talking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I said it was just a great little
Right.
conversation, man. And I was so impressed with your ability to just willingly share things
I
that are
have
kind
to.
of kind of scary as a new
Mhm.
parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we win
yeah.
together. We can't do it alone.
Well, I've held things in before in my lifetime, and anytime I do that, it's just a few days, and then I'm short fused. I'm hateful to my wife. She's finally like, "What's your deal?" And I'm like, "I don't know. This is my deal." And then I make a butt of myself, and about 2 hours later, I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry. This has actually been on my mind that this and this and this happened. I'm doing this and I'm not doing this." And she's like, "Okay, well, did you talk to God?" And I'm, "No." But I've learned now. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, obviously talk to God, talk to some friends that can build me up in prayer, who can maybe offer advice, or maybe they can't. And oftentimes in situations, I've found that I know the answer or I know the steps that I need to take, but I just need to talk them out.
That's right, baby.
I just need to talk about it, whether you have advice or not, or whether you just say, man, that sucks. I just need that in my life.
Yeah, I don't give advice at all. I tell stories.
Yeah.
And then you do with it what you want. But, hey, man, I'm gonna go steal this car. Oh, are you? Let me tell you what I did
Cut the
one
red
time.
wire.
Yeah. Let me tell you what I did one time. Now, if you're going to do it, you got to commit. I thought I had all the exits. I thought I had all my stuff planned. I still got busted. I had to go to, like, you tell the dude, like, what really happened. I'm going to say this to my wife. Well, I did that one time and I still have a gold tooth. Like, and that's how I got my second gold tooth. Yeah, I heard a guy say that in a meeting one time. I almost fell out of my chair.
That's brilliant.
One of my favorite things I heard you and Jason say back and forth one time was, if you have a good idea, text me. If you have a great idea, call me.
If you have a good idea, text me. If you have a great idea, tell me where you are right now. That's what it is. Turn on your location. That's it, man. But you never share anything and that's the thing too, man. Like when you call a buddy, they'll help you package it, right? So you don't fumble what you're saying to your wife, But that's it, man. For me, wisdom, I don't hear people's wisdom. I mean, I just don't. I don't know if it's because I battle being cocky or smart or, and I do have a frontal lobe damage that is a part of my story where there's a lot that needs to happen here to keep you from punching a really big dude in the face because you're like, I can take him. No, bro. No, you can't. But that part that adjusted to fear. And so, but what I realized growing up too is all of this was emotional stuff. I felt emotional pain as a physical attack. So I would have never known that and been leading from this place where I just feel justified by my action because I'm a leader to falling on my face to become the right kind of guy.
Yeah.
And to learn. I went to Virginia Beach and they hooked all this stuff and they were like, whoa, bro, you don't actually have ADHD. You have TBI. I'm like, oh, wow. And I'm like, ADHD sounds funnier. TBI sounds scary. They're like, oh, we're so sorry for you. But it's a part of it's like, God made me this way because Robbie is quiet and a thinker and I am loud and out front. Yeah. And we balance each other out so good. And I noticed that friends that seek me out are super chill and calm. Right. And they have a peace about them. This guy. And I am wild and out of control. So I bring out the fun and the spontaneity to do something for God. Yeah. This is crazy. I know, right? That kind of personality. You need that guy. Man. But you also need the guy to go, hey man, that's like a 500-pound bear. He's not a little one. He's not a big one.
Let's rethink.
Don't go ride him, Ricky.
Which was a true story.
So it's you need the balance of friendships. And now I've found out what kind of leader I am, what kind of leaders I need around me, and also found out my weaknesses. So I constantly, as just a man, and in my program of recovery, I like old school AA. I mean, old school AA, hard AA, Navy tattoos. Guys, they'll swear for 20 minutes and then break down about Jesus, how he's changed their life. I need real people. Yeah. Right. And I found out that I can only really deal with real people. So I started to tune out snippets of wisdom and quotes. Everybody's got a quote these people. And I started to listen to stories. Man, stories, the wisdom, and a dude telling how he got drunk with his kids, flipped his car, and he's the only one that lives, and God has a plan. You look him in the eye and then tell him about how your wife's been bugging you.
Amen.
My wife's bugging you.
Yeah.
I'll pray for you. Let me talk. How are you doing that, man? How are you still connecting to God? And you did this and you caused that pain. And how are you here? What is it? And those types of people interest me. That's real. You don't know what it's like to no weapon formed against me, right? You don't know that unless you've almost died from an OD. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? And
you have to live through some stuff.
I love real people that's been through some stuff because then because I'm so crazy, I may need them, and I need one of their stories of how did you get through it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's so important.
Rabbit trail. Sorry.
No, I loved it. That's perfect.
No, I did. I have two questions I want to ask you, but I think it's so important too, though, just, within the church and to reach out to people if your story's not just glossed over, and perfect. Like, there's so many people that are broken. And that's something that I kind of struggled with at first, like when I first started coming here, because you feel like everybody has it together. And like when I first started coming to Calvary, dude, I was jacked up bad.
That's some serious odds you got there.
Yeah. Like,
really? Oh, tell me more.
Yeah. Well, it all started in 2012. That's a long story, but I ended, my mom passed away. My parents had issues with drugs and alcohol and stuff. Right. And I got a younger brother, younger sister. Okay. My sister's 4 years younger than me. My brother's 8 years younger than me. So I'm the oldest in my family and stuff, and went through a bunch of hard stuff. And then my mom passed away, and, we went to a Baptist church when I was growing up. And, when this happened, we went through basically just 3 years of really hard times. Yeah. And, I just got so jaded, and I was young and was kind of thrust in this position where I didn't have really anybody to talk to. I was told a lot. My brother and sister and I were told a lot. What happens in this house stays in this house. Yeah. And so I think now I have this thing where it's like I don't like to talk about stuff that much, and I bottle things up. And Dalton, what you were talking about like having to blow up on Andrea, and then it's 2 hours later, I'm sorry. I literally did that to Charlie today. I'm getting off all over the place here, but
no, you're good, man.
I literally did that to Charlie today. We're expecting our first child, and we've decided to renovate the entire house, when she's like 4 months pregnant. And so I have, and that kind of played a factor.
Wow, we have a lot in common. I was building a house while Erica was pregnant.
See, we're not so different, you and I. Yeah. It's and it's burning me out, dude. And I'm just like stuck in this bathroom right now. And it's like my house is old. It's 1967 is when it was built, and everything. Not really.
No. It's gonna be cool when it's done.
Yeah, it was.
But like, I love that. I like that kind of stuff, though. But go ahead.
It was cool until you needed. It was galvanized plumbing, and you bought PEX and.
Yeah, dude, all the things. It's like everything I do in this house, this bathroom especially, is like to fix one thing, two more things go wrong. To fix those things, one more thing goes wrong with each. And it's like, I'm just in this rabbit hole right now. Okay. And, it's just everything. And I've been stressed out about it because, I like to run trim. That's okay. That's fun. Floors, that's fun.
I love flooring.
Everything else, dude, I'm kind of realizing.
How do you feel about tile?
I've got tile in my bathroom, tile in my kitchen. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I didn't trust myself to do it.
Yeah, my wife is good at tile.
For real?
Yeah, weirdly.
I should have called you.
I mean, straight lines and all. And she's like, it's like with painting, I'm not allowed to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Me neither anymore.
I don't know why.
Also learned that from the bathroom. Have no patience.
Yeah, I just found out I'm not allowed to paint last night. We were painting the wall.
What do you do? Like, I think this is weird because, okay, so not today. Yesterday, or no, was it Monday? Oh, yesterday was Monday.
Yeah.
Monday, I blew up at Erica. But it happens, man. It's just like this bottled up thing. And I realized I was bottling. And I remember I have given my wife some trigger words that work on me. All right.
I got to take notes right here. I got to pay attention.
You could try it. I have no idea. It works on me. She'll literally look, I'll be in mid, I'm like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And she'll go, call Jason. And I'm like, it does. I don't know why. Because there's two things. I never lie to Jason, ever. I'll lie to some people. You know what I'm saying? Those little white ones, like, oh, I'm sorry I was late. I slept in. I was just, the phone rang.
I was evangelizing.
You just like stupid stuff. You say, Jason will know, dude. His BS meter is so amazing. And so is his. Like, it kind of scares me. I definitely, if I'm going to lie to Caleb, I can't look him directly in his eyes. I feel like I'm looking at one of the disciples. Jason has that quality. My dad also. It's hard to lie to my dad, but I got really good at it. And it just takes practice, like his signature. So, so I got out a lot of trouble. Yeah. In the 80s, that's what they did. Sign this. Anyway. Yeah. So I really do feel like I want to know, how do you pull yourself out? Like, there's other things that she'll say that either will kind of get me to giggle, laugh, walk away, or really what she's saying is this: you're scaring me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized that's what that statement meant. And I was like, you say that. We were fighting one time and she was like, I can't handle you. And then you're kind of scared. You scare me a little bit when you get worked up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like first gear.
Right.
Which there are no 3 and 5. There's just 1 and 6. You know what I mean?
I feel
that.
I feel like we all have these short fuse problems, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And my heart kind of like,
oh, it hits you. Yeah.
And when it does that, when she has that ability to touch my heart, man, like nobody else, I cannot. There's one thing that'll break me as a man, and it should, and it's not for everyone. She should never be afraid,
right?
Yeah,
or worry about like out of control. So when I hear you need to call Jason, or you need to call, I'm not going to say anybody else's names because I don't know how free people are. Any of my guys, right. I could say you. I call Caleb. What she is saying is, I'm a little afraid. This is scared. I'm getting scared of you. I'm being very defensive of myself. Will you take a minute? You know that we tried 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes, and that doesn't work because I like picking at scabs and making things bleed.
Yeah, I feel that.
So what do you do? I really desperately want to know because I need some more tips and tricks, man.
Well, dude, I mean, today it was a phone call. I left work early today and, again, working on the bathroom, just trying to get some stuff done before we come to this, cause she's got like 6 weeks left and I have like 12 weeks of work left to do, is what it feels like. So I'm like scrambling and, leave work, go home early. I'm trying to work on the bathroom and, I hang this vanity light and then the whole box just falls out the wall. And I'm just like, you have got to be freaking joking me, and I get to look in and the wall box, and there used to be this massive vanity light installed before I took it out. Yeah. So it's like, I'm thinking, it's secured to studs. We're good. Right, and it's like, as soon as the weight of the bulbs goes in, the bulb just comes out, wires hanging. And I'm like in a freaking rage, dude. And, yeah. And she calls me and she's like, just checking in. She knew I was at the house and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to Lowe's again. And,
cause the boop,
exactly.
Fell under the boop of the wall.
Yeah. Swear words. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
which is a great way to start a conversation with your wife.
Yeah.
When she's asking how you are.
How you are.
And she's, and I'm like going on about this whole thing because I'm just so angry. And, again, she's about to be 33 weeks pregnant tomorrow, and she has been so patient, showed me so much grace with this whole house, and but I've been feeling the pressure because like I know the clock is ticking. Yep. And so I'm like wigging out internally and she is too, but she doesn't like come at me with that. Yeah. She shows me so much grace. She is the greatest woman. Oh, I love her so much.
Yeah, man.
And she deals with me, and that's saying something about her character.
That's right, dude.
But she's shown me all this grace and everything, and I'm going on about this today. And she was like, I'm just like really so freaking out because like we haven't even touched the nursery yet. And I was just like, because I'm like feeling it, and because like I know that she's feeling that pressure, but like I don't talk about stuff. Yeah, dude, because it's like, I'm gonna be strong for her kind of thing. Yeah. And it never ends well for me, it's like I have to talk to my wife. But I just like blow up, and I'm going on about all this stuff and cussing and carrying on, and she was just like, well, I'm gonna go now, and I was like, click, go Lowe's, go get a freaking new box, put in this wall. I get back and I had to go to my barber today. Like this was at like 4:15 when this happened, and I had to go to the barber at 5:30. So I'm like trying to speed through Elizabeth and do all this stuff, and I'm just like steaming, and I'm like in this foul mood like the whole way there. And I get there, and he's kind of a spiritual mentor for me, my barber. He's helped me with a lot of different stuff, and I think it's so important too to have a spiritual mentor, somebody that you can really call. Like, absolutely. Hey, you're talking about calling Jason or calling Caleb, like I've got that with Caleb, and my brother-in-law, and my barber is somebody who like I know I can speak to in confidence.
That's awesome.
And so I went and got in the chair, and he's like, "How's it going, man?" I'm like, crappy, but another word, and he's like, "What's going on?"
What fell out of the wall?
Yeah.
He's like, "So you want to fade?"
Yeah. And,
poor man.
And we just start talking about it, and as he's kind of like walking me through everything, he was like, because I told him like I kind of went off on Charlie or whatever, and he's like, What'd you do that for? You know? And I was like, I don't have an answer for that. You know, I'm just a psychopath, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I called her and apologized and everything. And, you know, I think having that outlet and communicating with her helps me, you know?
Yeah.
And trying to see, I guess, where she's coming from. Because I have like...
When you say communicate with her, do you mean communicate the things that you're worried about before they become things that now she's afraid of, like scared about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because like, because I mean, I just...
That's good, man. Husbands and wives don't talk about this stuff. Like our worries or fears, because we're going to scare them.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But I got good news. She knew it when she married you.
Yeah.
She can freaking handle it.
Yeah, she can.
Trust me. What's wrong with you? I want to murder everybody. You know, you think you're going to sound crazy. And what's funny too is you'll find out you married a ride or die. She's like, well, let's go get him.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
She's like, no, we ain't playing now. She's like removing earrings. Getting her brass knuckles that her dad gave her out of the bottom drawer. You know, you got a loaded revolver because, you know, I don't know if it'll pop off, honey, but we make...
You got to keep those casings in that chamber.
Give that woman a reason to fight for you. Like, it's funny, man. I can run a lot by Erica. I will run it by, like, my guys. If it's something I've got to own up to. But if it's a genuine, like, I wake up in a panic or a fear. I remember I used to tell Erica about drug dreams. In my dream, I would be high. But I wouldn't know how, or I had taken something that someone said was like Excedrin, and now I'm freaking out because I'm high, and I know I've got a meeting with Jason, or I know my wife is coming, and now I've got to repent. And I feel it's funny in my dream. I kept trying to find someone to talk to, and because I knew the only way out is I didn't mean to, you know. And those dreams were so scary, dude, that they for months would keep me up.
Wow.
And I told my wife, I don't know why. Just one day, you know, I was just like, Jason was like, you should share these things with her, man. Tell her your fears and your dreams and your hopes and aspirations.
Yeah.
Not just the good stuff, the tough stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And she goes, I love my wife. She was like, well, maybe you just need some extra kisses.
You're right, honey.
Awesome. I was like, I should have confessed long ago. I also have a fear of dolls.
It's actually much worse than I just let on. You're right.
It's much worse, honey. Maybe a back rub. I don't know. It's my friends have made my life better. My relationship with Christ has made my working as a servant way better.
Amen.
Which translates into good. Right leadership. You know, right leadership should look like a dude who's been on his knees for a while, just helping people out, right? Like you should have a sore back and all of that. And the people you're serving are the ones that are carrying the gospel outside the four walls the most. Right? You really are. Because a lot of times I'm here or I may get a moment at a rehab facility or may get a moment to go out and preach or do something and maybe work one-on-one. But you guys reach so many more people on a daily basis. You're actually the most important thing that comes out of Calvary, not the live stream, we write dope songs just because we are.
Yeah, you
but
do.
Not because of that, but the people, man. It's like, someone was like, what are y'all doing over there? Church is growing fast, but you're not preaching the gospel anymore. Like, one, two. I mean, let me get your plate. I got some friends who want to talk to you about some things. You know, they're gonna run some warrants. You know what I'm saying? But two, if you don't walk away from your church, man, and you feel like you're the biggest cog in the machine, then I think that you need to start changing the culture of your church. It's not the pastor. Me and Rob could quit. I could go through something, dude. I have gone through things. There's a good chance. I don't know. We'll edit that part probably. I mean, we don't scare Erica, but I could run off the rails. I am not dumb or blind to my weaknesses. So how does that work? What if you guys knew? I would be wide open about it, but someone would have to step in. That's why you create a culture where it's like, is that the guy is that the pastor there? You know, is that the worship guy there? We all preach, baby. We all worship. When one is wounded, we surround him like Spartans, get him back on his feet, dust him off, figure out what went wrong the first time, get back on the front lines. Man, we can't. That's the way brilliant. We can't do. You failed, and I'm gonna shoot you now by the side of the road in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
That was the principles. You guys are they're kind of 90s kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 90s kids. So in the 80s and 90s, man, we had just weird philosophies of how to treat church.
Yeah.
The church. And I don't like church people. It's a weird thing. That they are the church. You are the church.
Yeah.
I am the steward of the building.
Yeah. I love
Who's more important? Right? I know that's it for me. That's how I lead. And I don't think I'll ever change that perspective. Because if I allow myself to ego out, well, that's when you guys probably should get some change. I'm about to werewolf or something, like tie me down somewhere, because that's a ego and a leader is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's scared. Like if I know I don't want to be around someone, or if we talk about discernment, one of those things I look for is first is ego, because ego stands for edging God out. And here's why I can't be around it, because I am, as me, I can do it. I can do it myself. I'm stronger. Yeah. I'm faster. I do it better. I can sing it better. I can write better. I can do it better. So and then edging God out turns into edging your own people out. And it just never works. Ego, the reason I keep ego away is because it can be a weakness.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
Yeah.
I do too.
That role that could come easy gets real hard when we get in the way. If it's our purpose and our calling still, if we let ourselves get in the way, it just gets a lot harder.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think so. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I would agree. I feel like, to your point, you made a point earlier about when you had that blow up on somebody, it was kind of public, and then you owned it, in front of everybody. I feel like that's so important as a leader, not only in the church, but also like in the workplace, like to your point that we are the church, and when I am talking to my guys in the field, at my job, like those guys know I come to Calvary, and they know I'm a believer.
Right.
And sometimes they ask me questions and stuff, but like I had a situation where I blew up on one of my guys that, is one of my best. Yeah. And that there was a situation, he's kind of a rough personality kind of thing, and he rubs people the wrong way. And I just had like 3 phone calls back to back from these electricians that were like, "Oh, you mean to me," kind of thing, and all this stuff. And me and him like got into it, and then like I just ripped him, and I try not to do that. I'm 29 and I'm in a leadership position over guys that's like 43, 44, 45, I got a guy that's like 60, that's on my staff that like, I'm over him. That's kind of weird. And so
it's crazy.
I try to, it feels weird sometimes too.
Rob used to talk about it when he first started pastoring. He was like, this is the dumbest thing.
Yeah, it's like, man, I shouldn't be doing this.
Hey, Tom, why are you showing up late for work? And he's 6, prostate. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm 20 something. It's good. Yeah. Come get in here.
Yeah, all right,
it's got to be weird, right?
It is crazy. But I blew up on him and stuff, and then like got there, and then I got the full scoop because I called the other guy, 2 guys in one neighborhood, and I called the other one to rip him too because I just was on a heater, having a bad day. And
that's what I'm talking about.
He answers because they were saying together. He's like, "I'm looking forward to this," and I'm like, "What's your problem?" And then like he gives me the whole scoop. I had one side of the story. I didn't operate on full knowledge of what was going on, and so then I get there, and I went and apologized to the guy that I ripped on, I think it's so important as a leader because I think that you waste leadership capital when you humiliate somebody or when you talk to somebody like a dog.
Yeah.
And I think that you were talking about this too. I think servant leadership is critical. I think that's the best form of leadership.
But you guys are going to be like, what impresses me is it takes more real leadership style to do leadership in the real world, because you have to do it like by the book.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to be a little more firm. You got to have very high expectations means money made.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, carry your testimony through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. If you don't respect that, I don't know. I've never but I see my perspective is like probably the way you've seen most pastors. Like they think they know it all, right?
Yeah.
No. No, dude, often the people that are coming in your doors are straight up biblical assassins. They know it, man. They know it backwards and forwards, and they're winning people in the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And they own companies, and everyone in their company loves God, and they're winning people. That seems more dope to me than I think he gets credit for. I guess we praise like these mega churches and online celebrities, personalities, which I don't care. I think think you need to look up. I think looking up is great. But it's not the real heroes of this game isn't that one dude.
Mm-hmm.
The real hero is the masses of people that go to work every day and choose to love God, to apologize to an employee. You don't have to do that in the real world, man. You don't have to carry biblical principle into your job.
Mm-hmm.
You could drink beer all day and smack them dudes around, call them jerks, and pay them half pay when they show up late. But I know guys like you. I've known Dan Fletchers. I've known guys that treat their guys as best as they can, and they learned a lot of leadership principles that I'll never even think of because they had to work in the real world, or what I consider like real world work is putting your hands on people's lives while making money, while supporting families and things like that. There's a whole different side that comes with that. But being a pastor, you're not really going to know as much, you know.
You know, to add to that, and this statistic may be fake, I don't know, but I've heard once that to become close friends with a person, it takes about 220 hours of time together, which sounds like a lot, right? Well, in the workplace, that's like 2 months.
Oh, yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Because you're spending 40 plus hours a week together, typically.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, you know what? That has got to be true, dude, because how long did it take us to become good buddies? And we were like, we started getting, we were like gelling at that cabin, and we were like, we're either going to be mortal enemies or best friends. I can't tell.
We either hate each other.
We were like so excited about it too. So, but Caleb's one of those people, man. It was just like, it just took a minute, but we had so much rapport already built up that like, I didn't realize how much I actually really liked to be around a person. That takes time.
Yeah.
That takes a long time.
It
really does. For me, it does. I'm friendly to everyone, but very few people get the Ricky. Yeah.
And I think you have to be a little guarded with that too.
I am. I really am. My circle is tight, and it's on purpose. My circle of helping is large.
Yeah.
The what I receive, or my dad used to say it like this, biblical, I don't know. I'm very careful of who lays hands on me and prays for me. I am very careful who I give trust to over to speak into my life.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say that's one thing I didn't really realize until I came to Calvary was the importance of seeking wisdom from people who are more experienced.
Yeah.
Like
failure
to you, Jason, Nay, Eric, like all these guys that have walked it, because like you said, when you can look somebody in the eyes and tell them what you're going through and they've walked through it worse.
Yeah.
You've got to have that.
Or not, like, it's not always worse, but I do find that, like, you'll start saying something and a real one will start giggling at you a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I blew up at what'd you call her? I called her a boop, boop, boop. And you're like, what car are you sleeping in?
Yeah, because you know
you're dead. Like, and you feel bad for him. You do. Okay? That sounds like you're laughing. But but what it does is I figured out that it's triggered a normalization in me that men, this is so, I've done this too, bro. And then they realize, oh, why is he? So you know what I've done. I know exactly what you do. I know what you're going through. I'm here for, I love you, bro. And then there's others really serious ones, but a lot of the times you'll get that like, you're not alone. Yeah. I don't have I'm not a fix. I'm not an answer. You said it. I'm here for it, baby. I'm here for the good, the bad, the ugly, the BS, the lies, the drinking, the smoking, the falling on your face, bailing you out of jail. Yeah. I'm here for it. And when I choose to be here for it, I'm here for it all.
Bro.
But I will never be the one to connect you to what you need to do. I've chosen to be your friend.
Bro.
Right? You're in the mud, and I'm standing beside you going, you need to get up, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do I do that? Oh, man, you know the work.
Yeah.
Have you prayed? No. Okay. All right. You still drinking? Yeah. Well, you can't get up yet. You gonna leave? No. Nope. That's a beautiful thing, man. That'll change someone's life.
I found in a lot of those moments, like I said, whenever I'm about to blow and Andrea can finally be like, listen, dude, what's up? And, and then I rattle it off. Like, I finally learned that I really kind of have to be like, hey, listen, this is bugging me. And then I'm good 5 minutes later. But I say that, oh man, I just lost my complete thought. I don't know why I say that then, people. I apologize to the
I haven't
folks.
actually lost my thought yet.
Oh man.
No, but when she says that to you, what's really going on? Do you find that it disarms you? I told my wife to keep trying. Yeah. Like we've tried the trick. That will work. It works. Now certain things it does work. I'm like, oh, hey.
It's like, okay, everything's fine.
I'm easily distracted, son. Shiny penny. Squirrel. That's my life, bro. Like you talk about losing your way in a conversation. I am surprised I've been coherent most of the time. This conversation.
Yeah, it's driving me nuts now.
How does she do that to where it feels like you're not blowing up at her? Does that disarm you?
Well, I think she's found some of the signs early now of
that's what I'm talking about.
Because the last time it happened's been a little while, and I didn't blow up.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not as bad as I could have.
Right.
But I found that I was attempting to not blow up. I was thinking about it consciously, and I was like, I'm not going to blow up. I'm going to handle this right. I'm going to really take time and think about it. But whenever I was doing that, I was being crazy quiet in the house, and I was almost distancing myself emotionally from her. And she was like, you've been distant for a few days. Like, what's going on? And I was like, well, I'm trying to work on this, and this, and I'm worried about it. She's like, and then I felt fine.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you just
share?
Why don't you just talk about it?
Man,
so it's really just catching it early and being willing to try not to isolate and think I know it all. Because I'm smart enough to know I know nothing. That sounds like it contradicts, but I'm smart enough to know I don't know it all.
No, that's real.
And I think if I just will swallow my pride and not have to be the fixer that I feel like I have to be, because call it just, the way men are or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, we're all fixers. I've never heard a man not say that he's not a fixer. Yeah.
I've known a couple, but they're not great. Yeah. I ain't gonna say no names.
Well, and we say all the time, these moments actually are what started the podcast. As we say, it all goes back to, we call them parking lot conversations.
Yeah. I remember catching you. I would watch you guys in the parking lot. Yeah. I'd be like, hey, this is good friends.
It was never good stuff going down. It was always, like you said something earlier, and I had this thought a couple months back and just kind of rattled it off to somebody, but really realized how much I believe in it.
Right.
And it sounds kind of selfish, and I don't mean it in that sense, but it's, I don't have time for people that can't admit that they're broken.
Yeah.
Should be on a t-shirt.
Because it took me a long time.
We can put it on one.
Yeah.
I can't, that's a great statement, bro.
And that's what, when you find those people in your life, like I've been able to find in you guys, that's what it takes. I quote Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights, all the time. There's a part in it where he's going through all this crazy life stuff, and he sits down with this counselor, this pastor, and he just rattles off for 2 hours everything that he had going on, and the guy never said anything for 2 hours, and he looks up at the end of it and just says, me too.
Nah, that's so crazy.
And it's being, and that's what I say too,
that's
is
so cool.
finding the mentors that I've found at this church. And there is something about this place because we all have just been sold on it like that. And I think it's just the spirit is so alive in this place, but all the friendships it's brought me, all the knowledge I've been able to get out of it.
Yeah.
And that's what just us being able to sit down with you tonight, man. It's been,
you got any other questions?
Amazing.
Anything you want to ask me? Anything at all? You want to ask me about aliens?
Where were you the night of
aliens? What's your stance on UFOs?
What? Oh man, I love looking at UFO stuff. I'm a weirdo, bro. Yeah. I am. I'm a kid that I don't think I'll ever not believe in something like that there's a possible adventure in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I think really? No. Is it probably our own technology and we show and all? Yeah.
yeah.
Man, we're going to fly a drone, see?
Look at the night sky.
It's going to really confuse our enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like I've got friends in the military. Like, if you think you see like amazing, like you have AI on your phone. They had AI 50 years ago. They probably have sentient AI in the basement somewhere being like, what do we build next, master? You know, I don't know. But like, it's just, no, I don't really believe. I hope there's some kind of life out there. I just don't think it's the kind of life that God has created in us.
Yeah.
Which means we have to, if we run into aliens, that we have to dominate them.
That's right.
Exactly.
And win.
With the revolver you were talking about.
Independence
Yeah.
Day. There were so many movies like that growing up too, and in the 90s and 80s. How do you not see that and go, oh man, old Poop better get a shotgun. You're going to be invaded by Bigfoots.
Now, real quick, I do have one. How old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So as a 43-year-old man who grew up in the church, has now become a part of the church in a whole, not just in these four walls, in an amazing way, going in and out of these seasons, whether it's burnout, addiction, whatever it may be, how you were talking about before, putting in the work to get back.
Yeah.
So if it is, you find yourself in a season of burnout or in a season where you just really feel lost in all your years of walking this walk with Jesus, what would you tell someone is the first steps of getting back?
Well, when I'm in those moments and seasons in life where I do feel almost like Groundhog Day, that's when the beginnings of burnout for me start to feel like every day, same spot, bigger smear. And it's usually around when things are kind of going okay, but there are small fires just keep popping up, and I'm just tired of putting out small fires. What I'll do is the thing that I do. I don't know. I will tell you. I don't know if it'll work for you, but it has blessed my life. First thing I do is pray. Yeah. Right. I'll get up every morning before I pee. Before I stand, I literally roll out the bed, hit my knees. I read page 88 of the big book, or I'll say the prayer of St. Francis, I'll read that prayer, get up, go to do the work, and I'll get my hands real messy and start maybe going to extra places and do rehab. And I actually add to my plate. I want to see if it's me being a baby or if I'm actually burning out.
Yeah.
And so I'll kind of double down and say, well, if this is hard, let me see how much harder it could get. I'm going to preemptively just start calling my guys and checking in. One of them's got to be screwing up.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
No, I love that though.
Yeah. And I just get my hands messy.
Busy working.
Then when it works out, there are two things I've always noticed that after that process happens. Yeah, it's kind of heavy, but there's such a joy I find in doing the work that when it's done, the work I had been doing feels like 50 times lighter.
Yeah.
Can't explain it. Yeah. There's no reason for it. The depression's gone. There's joy there. There's hope. And that's what works for me because I think I am so selfish and I think I do have such a bad ego. And I think I have a lot of I have to really work humility into my life. And that's what works for. I don't know if you're like that. I don't know if anybody wants to admit they're like that, but that is exactly what works for myself.
Yeah. No, I love that.
But it always starts with prayer. If you're not telling God you're tired, talk to him about it.
Well,
in a real, very real way.
I love your ego.
Yeah, edging God
out. Yeah.
You know what fear stands for, right?
I
can't. It's like everything and run.
Yeah. Well,
that's
really,
what fear does.
Yeah.
But my problem was it would be like fear. Forget everything and run towards the thing that's trying to kill me. I'm gonna beat it. I can take it on. I can beat addiction. I can beat sexual sin. It's crazy. My ego. I think I can always win, and that's like a default in my believing. But it's also a part of my makeup. So I have to fight that, man.
I think you'll understand this. I heard this on a podcast the other day, and it was Chris Williamson. He was talking to a musician, and he said, you love an obsessive side of yourself that's able to sit and create an album and say, no, this isn't right. No, we need to do this. No, we're going to do this again. You do it 60 times over until you get it perfect. But he said you can't turn that off. The price of carrying obsession for perfection in an art is that you have to pay for it in your personal life. That you don't get to choose where you're obsessive. And so it sounds like you're just a worker.
Yeah.
But you've learned how to use that to help the Lord and to help the people, or to serve the Lord.
I'm still
and to help.
selfish. It helps me. 100% helps me. I just want to make that clear to the big guy upstairs. I know you're helping me. I know it's for me. It's still my selfishness wanting to be like, help me. This is how he helps me. And so if I'm being real honest,
doubles you down to help other people.
And the work and been doing and helping myself, I'm helping others.
Yeah.
I'm healing by helping.
Yeah.
Right.
So in a very real way, like a lot of my motives for the things of God are pretty selfish.
But
does that sound bad?
No.
It does, man. I read the Bible because I want to understand it more so I don't look stupid in front of people.
But he uses it.
Right? Yeah. But then he uses it.
And like you said, you want to clarify it for the man
upstairs.
Yeah, but he knows how we are.
He knows how we are.
He made us.
Always,
he wired
when
us.
I start to feel that burnout, I know that my options, they could go very wrong.
Yeah.
I could start to trust the wrong things. I remember the day I chose not to. I remember I was about 25 years old. I'd always had pain. I fought a lot. I did a lot of dumb things, but it's not like I was just a wild person. I just didn't have the right mindset to take care of myself. And my grandfather actually said, well, you're either going to end up in prison for murder or you're going to end up dead in a ditch. And he, trying to help me, with my tude. And I remember the day I was under a horrible accusation. And some of it was true, but most of it wasn't. And man, and God would not fight for me.
Yeah.
Well, I just didn't want to get honest with anybody.
Yeah.
So, like looking back, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I opened my drawer and I remember looking down at my pill bottle and it said, take 1 to 2 every 4 hours. And my back was hurting. And I was like, that says take 4 to 8 every 2 hours.
Yeah.
I just was like, I'm just going to double it up.
Yeah.
Because I knew it already had made me kind of feel not pain. And I was like, well, I wonder if it'll numb. And that moment I said, well, if you won't do it, I'll bring peace to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, deliberately took it to numb it.
Yeah.
And then it worked. And then it worked for a long time. And then for 10 years, I fought trying to think I could beat it on my own.
Yeah.
And, and that's when Jason started coming to the church. Everything happens. God's got a plan, man.
Yes, he does.
Trust me.
That's what
you're in the middle of it right now. Yeah. And you're struggling and you feel like you're just failing on your base.
Yeah.
You're in the right place.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was saying.
You're about to be saved. It's great. So hang in there. Don't let Jack sink. Okay. Hold on to him for a few more minutes. Okay. Yeah. There's plenty of room on the door. Yeah. Right. There's plenty of room.
Yeah, there was.
She drowned him.
For sure.
It's a horrible movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say it's been out for years.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah, it's fine.
Golly, dude, that's so horrible. Rose murdered. And then she drops the diamond in the ocean. And as a kid,
she don't drop it. She throws it.
She throws it. Yeah. I'm like, woman,
run.
Yeah.
Like,
give it to your grandkids. What are you doing?
First thing I said to my dad is like, is that real? Why? I'm gonna find that diamond.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that woman, man? She has a daughter. Give the daughter the
right.
But anyway, I feel like that there is so much good that I could do if I really would learn to be more unselfish. But right now, I make my selfishness. I make it work for me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I use that thing that is kind of broken has now become my weapon. Because I am a go get it. Like in a sense too, like if I'd have been a soldier, I'd have been who wants to jump it? Yep.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah. You already died twice almost, Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That kind of attitude I always I bungee jumped, I rock climbed. I just loved to go for it.
Yeah.
And when you're going for it for God, you're free falling, man. You know what I'm saying? With a raccoon suit on, you flying like a bat, ducking in between trees. That's when you're really reaching people for God.
Yeah.
Because you have jumped off. I'm tired. I'm going to jump anyway.
Yeah.
I am not happy, but I'm going to go anyway.
Right.
I am hurting.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pray. I'm going to zip this suit up and I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And in doing it, the freedom it brings to your life. And then when you look back at what you thought was this big old problem, it was a small little hill. It was a tiny hill of a problem. And when helping your friend, you see the enormity of the mountain that dude's dealing with. And you're like, yeah, my problems, you got that, God. But he might shoot himself in the face. Like, I gotta go, I'm going to go sit with my buddy for a minute.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of it.
The miracle it is for each of us to be sitting here and being able to have this conversation.
Yeah.
When a handful of years ago, we didn't even know each other.
Yeah.
Is wild.
Yeah.
Then just think about it.
That's Jesus, man.
Yes, it is.
It is Jesus.
Yeah.
It is. Especially, are any of you guys military?
No. High respect for them.
High respect.
Amen.
But I got a lot, for some reason, have a lot of guys in the military. And there's something there that I see,
for sure.
You know, some of those guys. And, man, we carry some weirdly stupid pain.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of former military, like, guys in our church. And there's a lot of guys that are struggling in our church. And if I could say if I could encourage you guys to do one thing, is replicate. Whatever you have that you've done to make this happen for you, if you know how. And I don't. Right now, I'm such a one-on-one guy that I would love to see this replicated, these types of friendships.
Yeah.
Because you guys are literally keeping your head above water because you are connected to one another.
For sure.
You know, just like in training, you would, if you're swimming with a buddy, if we lock arms, man, we can swim together.
That's right.
We'll last twice as long. Oh, there's another one? Like, grab him. And then before you know it, you got a giant circle and you ain't letting nobody drown. Even when they give up, I'm done. No, you ain't.
Yeah.
Wait, we ain't letting you drown, dummy.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know, we all got buddies like that, but you carry them, man, and you kick harder just to give them a chance to get their head above water, get the rest that they need. So
I love that.
That's what I see in you guys, and that, like, just your Willie. I don't really know you that, like, and you just shared your heart, and I'm like, I love that.
I have to, man. I can't do anything else.
If there's a way, if you got to write a book or make it happen, start small groups, and then, like, get them kicking. And I don't know. I don't know what it looks like.
We're thinking about starting a podcast.
Are you thinking about starting a podcast? I would replicate, man. Replicate what you guys have done in the church, because it bleeds through everything.
Yeah.
The friendships you guys make.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Proud of you, boys. Keep it up.
We love you, and thank you for being on the pod and sharing some wisdom and some stories.
I am hard to. I feel bad for whoever has to edit this. Like,
oh, it's AI software.
Oh,
shut up.
Yeah.
And we don't think the government has technologies to kill aliens. I mean, Bigfoot.
Ricky, pray us out.
Yeah, man. Let's pray out.
Yeah.
All right. Father, we come to you humbly, and we thank you for everything that you've given us today. God, we even thank you for the trouble and the hoops that we had to jump through, because they are trying to teach us how to draw closer to you. God, to take a step closer to you when I want to pick up my own sword, or I feel like I can defend my family, God, from these fiery arrows or these doubts and worries and fears. God, I pray that I lay my hands on the ground and put my arms down and then lift them again in praise.
Yeah.
And that I would stand and worship you as the arrows fall, and as the storm surrounds me, God, that I would worship and praise your name, because I know you've got it figured out. I know you have a plan, God. And even if I perish, praise your holy name. God, you are worthy of all glory and honor.
Yes,
and we thank you for everything that you've given us, God. Now, Father, take this moment, take our time together and bless it. And if anyone hears it, God, I pray that they hear our hearts and not the mess ups. In Jesus' name, everybody said, Amen.
Amen.
All right, boys.
Read your Bible
and stay blessed.
Stay blessed.